when you can hear me, please comment and say, Mark, I can hear you. So I have Tama on this call, so I'd like to say who he is and why he's here, and then he could introduce himself. So I try my very best to have some guests on my channel who are actually doing e-commerce for a living. And on YouTube, there are all these people that teach dropshipping and teach FBA and teach all this stuff, and they don't actually do it for a living. And the people that do it full time are very few and far in between. And for some reason, people like Tama thinks it's normal. So he's actually a full-time Amazon FBA seller. He started with $4,000. He now sells over $1 million a year. And we'll go through all the how it happened and show proof and all the nonsense. So I suggest that you guys like my video. If you're on Facebook, you could jump on YouTube and smash the like button. We'll do question and answers after we kind of tell his story and so on. But okay, and if you want to check out his YouTube channel, there's a link in the description to that. But Tama, if you don't mind, could you introduce yourself? Where are you from? How old are you? Let's just introduce yourself, and then I'll kind of go through.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me here. Appreciate it. We said at the beginning that, you said that not many sellers show their numbers, show that they are real. So we said to ourselves, like at this live, we'll start by like every 20 minutes, we'll refresh Seller Central. So you guys see like how many sales we get between and some of the numbers, not to brag or anything, just to show you that it's real and what you can achieve. I do this for almost 2 years. And when I was able to scale this to a 7 figures and have big plans for the future, maybe exiting, maybe keeping and growing it. And we'll start by showing you the numbers, and then like every 20 minutes, remind me and I'll just, show you the numbers. So like now we have 49 sales for the day and almost $1,000. It's 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. I'm in Boca Raton in Florida. And 20 minutes, we'll do another refresh so you can see the numbers. Okay, so a little about myself. My name is Tomer. Like I said, I'm right now in Florida. I'm originally from Israel. I moved to the States 7 years ago from Israel directly to New Jersey. I had a fine jewelry business and e-commerce business. So marketing is something that is natural for me. I do it for, I would say, 15 years now.
No, but go back. So slow down. You had a fine jewelry business, e-commerce. Explain, what is that? For someone who's just watching this, what are you telling? How are you telling?
Diamond jewelry, rings, bracelets, everything that involves diamonds and fine metals like gold, platinum. It's a business that my brother started like 20 years ago, and since he opened that business, I was kind of helping him because I was like the techie guy in the family, always like doing this stuff. So when he needed help when I was young, like 13, 14 years old, I was there since like from Israel helping him. And I will always had this dream when I came to visit him every time in New York that I want to be there one day. And it's funny, if you guys like believe in The Secret or believing in karma, I wanted this so bad, like to come to the US, because I felt that when I move here, I will grow and to a different level. So I applied to visa and I got denied 3 times. 3 times they didn't give me the visa. And I was like,
what is your visa? Just a visit? Like how?
So yeah, my visa expired. I was there and then expired, and then after army, we have to do like 3 years army in Israel. After army, I applied again, but the problem is that they know that people after army they come and immigrate, so they don't give it that easy. Before, when I was a child, it was that easy, but they didn't approve it like 3 times. And I was like saying it and doing some like stuff and trying, and finally I said, you know what, let's try to do something else. Let's try to apply to a business visa, and it worked. And I came here and started to work with my brother at the beginning, just working for him. Then I became a partner, and we were able to grow this business and scale it. And we spend a lot of money on marketing, whether it's SEO or PPC. Are you there, Mark? I think you're
yeah,
freezing.
yeah.
Okay, your screen froze, but
Yeah,
I can hear you. And
yeah.
we're just trying to grow this business. Now, it's not a business that is easy to manage because it involves manufacturing. It's physical business. Obviously, someone order a ring or a piece of jewelry, and you have to really make it in a couple of days. So there is a lot of pressure to manufacture it fast, and of course, doing a quality inspection and just making sure that everything is on the dot, on the clock. Managing everything is not that easy. It was very satisfying. I learned so many things and made good money.
Mhm.
But after a while doing it, like for 10 years, working with my brother, I am a person that I like to do things by my own. And many times I felt that, it's kind of colliding with my brother. He
And
thought,
are you the younger brother? You are the younger brother?
what is that?
You are the younger brother?
I'm the youngest brother, and he's the oldest one. We're four brothers, and he's the oldest one. So it's
Okay.
like my father, like 15 years difference.
Yeah.
So but we were very close, and we were able to go over those things. But I knew that for the long term, I just can't keep doing that. Whether it's the decisions making or whether that's the growth that was limited, and also managing business. So I felt my time worth more than what I make, and I started this Amazon FBA thing. And I started this just as a side gig, thought that let's do it, might work. And it didn't work. I failed. With first product I started, I lost like 5K.
Wow.
And I realized, I said to myself after this failure, and I said, what did I do wrong? Should I continue, try another product? And I was very discouraged, and I just stopped. I didn't do it for like 3 months. But then, again and again, I saw people making money, whether that's in YouTube, on Facebook. I saw something real within it, but I knew that I have to change myself. I just can't do what I did before. And I figure out that I have to really do it in a serious way. So I sat like for a month and just did the research. Just did research to understand what I did wrong. And I realized that I just wasn't professional. I just didn't take it and define like professional, like in a professional way, like having specific goals and knowing exactly like what is my strategy, how I can make it happen. And after a month, I decided that I should stop doing or making it that complicated. I should just make it simple, stick to the basics. So I just set one goal: make $10,000 net profit in 1 year. So no matter what are the results are, I'm not gonna stop. Try, just give everything that I have for a year, and then if it's not gonna work, I will quit. But I will not let the results like tell me whether to stop or not. Just quit
Yeah, yeah,
for a
yeah,
year,
yeah,
and whatever happens. And that's what I had the problem before. I would just start something and quit because I didn't see results. And I think that's very common to many people. we
And
we
I think more so in the in this like internet e-commerce space, only because there are a lot of people jumping into this stuff that are not like lifelong entrepreneurs. So they will think like if they feel it doesn't work and it's just some other nonsense online that they got tricked into doing. And I think that's even more common in these things. So that's like even you sitting down and seeing this, like we didn't talk about this before, but even you sitting down and seeing this now, I hope that a lot of you guys watching this would kind of get perspective because like
yep.
there are people doing it. And if someone else can do it, like you should be able to do it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
The book, The Think and Grow Rich, he gave one example that the guy, if I'm not sure if you guys, the audience, read or into these books, but Think and Grow Rich is like one of the best books about self-development. And he is explaining or telling one story there that the guy buy the gold mine, and in this they invested so much money, like 3 million, just and back then in the 20th century, that was like millions to the like hundreds. So they got the best equipment and the best plan, and they was digging for like 2 years, and then they stopped digging because they thought that they can't find gold there and just garbage. They sold it for like $1,000 or $2,000 to a guy that thought that he had a chance, an investor. Now this guy was smart, and he invested like a lot of money with a guy that will actually do these checks into the ground and tell him exactly where it is. And he did this check, and he told him, this guy, look, it's just like 10 meters away, the gold. These guys work 2 years. They just stopped in the last minute before they see the results, and that's the same with e-commerce and everything. Sometimes you work, and the success is like a mile away. So really, that's
Yeah.
what I did. I just told myself, let's try to a year, give everything that I have. Because I had the other business, I couldn't work a full day. So I told myself, okay, how I can make it happen? I told myself I must change my lifestyle. I can't just say I want things. I also have to do things that will make it happen. Sometimes people just blah 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 talk, but they have they need to understand that they need to sacrifice something at the beginning, whether
Yeah.
it's time, pleasure, or being with friends. What is more important to you? Being with your friends, smoke weed, go drink, go watch TV for 4 hours, or your success? Because if you just sacrifice those things for now, you could have it later once you have like passive income or income that just flows. So people don't understand it, and sometimes they want something but they don't want it that hard. Anyway, I was like telling myself, okay, my time is limited. I have a family, 2 kids. I just have to find out where can I just work on the business. So I said to myself, I have to wake up 4 a.m. every day and just work 3 hours on the business from 4 a.m. to 7 before the kids wake up and the family, and then it just I can't
Listen,
work anymore.
that time, so when I was building my software business, I used to wake up at 3 and people used to think I'm crazy. But I was like, that's when everyone is sleeping. Like, that's when you get all the
Most of the
clients are sleeping, the employees are sleeping, your family is sleeping, you have clarity. That's when
you
most.
can get things done in 1 hour that will take me 4 hours in a normal day with all the distractions. It's crazy. And for all the audience, people that want to get things done, I definitely recommend wake up at 5 a.m. where no one can bother you. You
Yeah,
will be amazed on how many things you can achieve within 1 hour. Like, it's crazy. You have to try it in order to understand it. I was like a night person. I never told myself I could wake up at 4.
yeah,
Never ever.
yeah, yeah. When you're
But
young
then
and
when I
you're
shifted,
grinding, you're like, yeah, I'll stay up all night, blah, blah, blah.
and
But
it happened to me after reading the book, The Miracle Morning. So after reading that book, it shifted something within me. I tried it and it changed my life. Even now that I'm doing it full time, I still wake up at 5, not 4, but I still have 5 to 6 because I understand the value of waking up early and getting things done. But it's important also not just to wake up early, it's important to plan your day so you know exactly what you do in this time. Don't just wake up at 5 a.m. and okay, just start work. You need to know exactly what you're going to work on, and of course prioritize. Make sure that you work on the important things first. Don't just start with the easy things. Start with the hard things first, get them done, and creates this like achievement feeling, and it's push you even more. But that's what I was doing, like 4 to 7, working like crazy. And of course, the first couple of months I didn't see anything, and the second product I did change, and I did a thorough research, and they brought it to Amazon again, and things started to click, and I was starting to see positive returns. The revenue is growing, starting like 10K the first month, 20, then added more products, and then the first year it was around 200K. The first year, like full time, that I'm doing like the like full attention, taking it like professionally, and
all
then
right,
after this.
let me stop you right there. It's 15 minutes. You can just show your sales really quick and then you
Okay,
go back into
okay, no problem. Let's see what remember we had 49, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's 49 before. Let's refresh. Okay, so 52, another 3 sales. Great.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you see, I'm talking with you, and the sales are coming. And this is a great business model that at the beginning I was telling myself, is that real? Is that a dream? Like, you
Yeah,
sleep and the sales are coming. And that's the beauty of the time that we live at.
yeah.
People have to realize that that's the best time in the history to do business. Like, people say, oh, it's not too saturated, Amazon.
Okay,
People,
okay, all right. Let me ask you. Okay, let's go to that. So you, I've been in this e-com thing for a long time, right?
yeah.
When like 5 years ago, you see people getting into this FBA, you see people selling courses, you see people doing all the hype, and more people are getting into it. But now you're seeing more and more people saying, hey, it's not that easy, it's saturated. And I personally think, this is what I think. I think I'm not in FBA, so I'm asking you. I think that when it first started, it was so easy that any 19 or 18-year-old clown on the internet could throw some stuff online and start to sell a course, and then they started to make money from selling the course, so they don't continue to do the research and figure out best practices to succeed on FBA. And that is why there are a lot of people that saying it's saturated. But why are you saying it is not saturated? Well, like what?
You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me explain my take about what you just said. And first of all, it's not that easy anymore. That's true.
Right.
That's true because back then I didn't sell, but back then from my colleagues and people I'm talking with, whether it's conferences or just communities that I'm at and talking with people, you would just throw some items on Amazon, ship
Yeah.
inventory, and you would sell. To
Yeah.
me, when I joined Amazon, it wasn't like that. So to me, it doesn't like sounds like I don't have experience with that.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
experience when it's competitive.
Mm.
And 2 years passed since I started Amazon, almost 2 years, and I can tell you that it's still competitive, but there's so much opportunity out there that you have room for so many new sellers to come as long as you know what you're doing. Now, of course, you need to again, and the way to that I approach Amazon or anything that I do, you have to do if you want to be the best, you just need to act and take actions like the best. If you come up with average listing, average photos, copywriting, or product, you will fail. But if you come with the right mindset that I will make it, I will be successful selling online or be successful on Amazon, that's what you want, that's what you decided to do, then you have to be like a professional. So yeah, you can just come up and throw an item that is like a me too item like everyone else are doing. And I teach this in my channel. I show how to do product research, how to differentiate yourself, and how to really make it. So that's really what I think about it. It's not really saturated if you know what you're doing and if you have the right mindset.
Okay, and in the live, right? So guys, there are 19 of you watching this, and I only have 9 likes. Smash the like button. In the description, there's a link to Thomas' YouTube channel. Go check out and subscribe, and stick around because we're gonna do some question and answers in a little while. Now, you said.
Let me continue. I stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first year was like 400K, and I reached my goal. I reached 10,000 just the last month. I think the last week. So at the beginning, I was making like $1,000 a month, 2,000, grow 5,000, and then I have 2 months left to my challenge to make the 10K. And I was doubting myself. I said, I can make the 10,000. I mean, I was so happy with 5,000 too,
Right.
but I was doubting whether I can make that goal. And my wife was telling me, don't worry, just believe in yourself, believe it could happen, like the secret kind of.
Yeah.
And really the last week I reached the 10K mark, and I was like, I can't even explain the feeling that I had in my body. It was like the best feeling ever. Like you kind of like you're born again. And since then I knew that the sky is the limit. And the next year, for this year, I said I'm gonna make 50K profit a month. So it didn't happen. I was close. Some months I was making like 40K, some months 20, some months 10, some months 30. Average, I would say it's like 25, 30K, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, tell me like 2 years ago, you would make 30K, but you can go in the middle. I like surfing. Go in the middle of the day, go surf, go be with your friends, do whatever you want when you want. It's not that
So you still surf? You still surf?
Yeah, I still surf.
Well, then you should definitely come down to Nicaragua.
Yes. I was there surfing there in Popoyo, I think it's called.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. If you've been to Popoyo, a lot of
Yeah. And I definitely would come back. And it doesn't matter whether you surf, whether you want to be with your kids, family, you have that freedom, you have that control, and that's worth everything to me.
Yeah.
And I think to many people. So this year, things started to go like very good, and I'm actually negotiating selling my business. I was approached from a couple of companies that buy businesses, Amazon FBA businesses, and I'm just talking with them. I'm not really into selling, but if the right offer would come, I could sell it. I got a couple of estimates of like 500K, 600. A broker told me you could sell it for 700K, and it's crazy. Like in 2 years, you build something and you can sell it for 700K. Show me another business model that you can scale it like that. I know many people, including yourself, doing online arbitrage. Now, I know with online arbitrage, it creates a good cash flow. but you don't really create any of your own assets. You don't really create a
Okay,
brand
okay. All right.
itself.
So let's get into that. But I will ask you. So I'm going to make a note about that in particular. And Carlos, we'll take a question in a while. But first, you said you started with $4,000 in the store, and now you up to selling a million, 160,000 a month, whatever, right? What what do you do with that $4,000? You start with $4,000. What happened?
Okay, so obviously you start with one product, okay?
Right.
Now, I was able to scale it very fast, and I'll explain how I did it. But
No, first, how long it took to find that one product? Break it down in numbers. That $4,000. How long it took to find the product? How much you spent on that first product? Did you have to spend on advertising and actually like?
okay,
I know it's been a
I
year
don't
and a half.
remember the numbers by heart, but I can give you some estimates, okay? So I was like the second product, because I was failing with the first one, I really took the time to do a thorough product research. And finding this product took me like a month. I was
And
sitting every day.
what does product research entail? You find an item that sells regularly, that has little competition. What is that? Is it big, small? What do you look for in a good product? In that month of doing product research, what are you looking for?
Okay, so these days I'm looking for different things when I did at the beginning, and that's I think how beginners should look at this. At the beginning, you should really go for low risk items, items that you know with the high percentage that will make it. And what just go for cheaper items, items that are not more than $3 per unit landed cost, including shipping, including duties, including everything. That's what I suggest to every new beginner. Just go with items that will not put you in risk. Actually, now it's a very good time because Amazon limits the quantity that you can ship for a new product to 200 units. They are doing it because of COVID. They just can't really handle all these demand. People are
Right.
at home. They just order like crazy, and they don't have enough space. Amazon just don't have enough space, even though they created 17 new fulfillment centers across the US. They
Yeah.
buy malls, they buy Sears, they buy JC Penney locations. So they have, they can fulfill all these demand. So you can only send 200 units.
Mhm.
So for new big sellers, since you can only send 200 units, it's actually lower risk because you
Yeah.
don't have to invest in 700 or 800 units like I did at the beginning. You have to send only 200 units. So this creates like lower risk. And what I suggest, going for low competition items. Now it's really a lot of data to digest, and it's not just like what is my criteria. If you allow me, I will post a video later in the comments, like it's 3 hours product research where I show exactly how to find good products.
That's
And it's
on your
like a
channel.
video showing exactly how to find new, like, profitable products.
Is that
These,
on your channel?
yes, it's on my channel, so I
Okay.
can post it later.
Okay.
So I will break it down to, it cost me 4,000, I think 700 units I got. Now it's not just the units, the 4,000. 4,000 is total, including the shipping, including the listing photos, copywriting, and all of that. Now copywriting, I did myself, and I still do it myself. And I'm not a native English speaker, but my
Mm.
results are better than some of the best copywriters out there. And how I do that is because I really use the same language as my audience language. And how I do it, and I explain about it. People don't know, but you have to really first realize who is your audience. Like, let's say you sell hairbrush, okay? It's mainly women buying hairbrush.
Mhm.
So my trick is going to the reviews section and really look how they
Mm.
use, what language they use. And once I understand, like, let's say a lady wrote, this is the best, the most, like, the best hairbrush in the world. I will take it, the best and hairbrush in the world. Put it in my bullets. Put it not in the title, in the bullets. Put it on my images. People on Amazon, they shop by images. So maybe you
Yeah.
have your title and bullets, but it's impulsive buyers because they're Prime members and they trust so much the brand. The buying intent is so high that you have so many impulsive buyers there. So they just look at the pictures. If it's matching what they want, they will order. So you really have to convince them in split second that your product is the best. And there are a couple of techniques to do that. And not many sellers using it, but on all of my listings, I put text overlays with not benefits. I'm sorry, not really with the features of the item. Let's say it's a hairbrush that have, like, it's like 10-inch long. I will not put that it 10-inch long. I mean, I will include it, but I will put the benefit on the top. What is the benefit? What they get? Why they buy the hairbrush? They buy the hairbrush so they can have like a long, nice, beautiful hair, let's say, for example, okay? So I will write it. Get a long, beautiful hair in 5 minutes with this hairbrush. The benefit and results that they will have. And, obviously I understood and did it by, experiments, testing, and teaching myself a little more about copywriting and all of that. But we were a little off the topic, but yeah, I was doing the copywriting, doing the images. I think the images was costing like 300. Then the copywriting I did myself. Then we have the advertisement cost. Back then I was doing like giveaways. It's a technique, people still do it, to create sales velocity in Amazon. Because how you get ranked on Amazon, how your product, let's say you sell hairbrush, how your product become the #1 result. It's all about sales velocity. How many sales you get every day. So the top guys that sell the most, probably for a specific keyword, then he will be the first guy to or seller to be on the first page. So in order to create this in not really a natural way, you give people, you pay them to buy your product.
Right.
And obviously they go and you give them this through PayPal or gift card or whatever, and then they buy. So you manipulate Amazon sales velocity, and it looks like your item is selling a lot, and then you're in the top, and then you mix it with PPC and you create this sales velocity naturally.
Right.
So this I invested, I think, like $1,000 on that, and things started to pick up. I was selling this product for like 2 months, then working also on the background on my second product. Now, my second product was a really competitive niche. Like, if you go by the criteria of all these gurus, all the people that teach Amazon, they tell you, oh, don't go for this item. But I had the feeling inside that I can make a better product, and always come up with this mindset. Don't just look at numbers. Look whether you can bring something better to the market, whether you can create an offer or an item that is better and more quality. If you can, then don't worry. In the long term, it will pay off. So that's how I was approaching this. And the second product is like since then the best seller item that I have. And since there I launched like 30 products. Now we have 30 items. We expanding to Europe. We expanded to other marketplaces like Walmart, Etsy, eBay, Facebook shop, Shopify, whatever we do, we can.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Wow.
90% of the sales are coming from Amazon. It's only 10% for all the others combined. So like understand the power of Amazon, like how big it is.
And so did you have to reinvest? So Kevin, so someone asked, we're going to take question and answers at the end, but someone asked if do you have a course? I know you have a YouTube channel and you do one-on-one course.
Yeah, so no, I don't really sell any course. I'm still new to YouTube and trying to create my audience, and I feel I'm not there yet. And I feel that also all my content is available for free. So if you're serious,
Right.
you can learn it for free. I do offer consulting calls, but even with the consulting calls, I will not take you if you're not really sure what are your questions, So you need to know exactly what your questions are. So before booking a call with me. And then if I see that, I can give you a value, only then we book a call. So it's not just I'm doing it for money-wise purpose only. It's also I vet the people that are going to book calls with me to make sure that they know, they just, it's not gonna be like wasting their time and my time and their money,
Right. So if you guys should check out his YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and
Thank you.
And there's a link to his consulting calls as well. So check that out in the description, guys.
Yeah, and it's still like cheap, like I relatively, of course. I mean, for some people, $100 an hour, it's expensive, but my time worth more than that. So it's still a lower rate, but I'm trying to really help as many people as I can.
All right, so let's see. All right, so and then after the year of getting to 10,000, what did you have to do to get to where you are now? Like how do you go from
very, very differently? Okay, so what did I do? So first of all, to scale to 1 million a year, you need a lot of capital. Okay, so I had a plan in mind. Okay, how I'm going to really use my capital? So I said, okay, bank loans would be very expensive. So I got like 6 credit cards with high limits, so I can basically play with the cash flow between those cards because Amazon pay you every 2 weeks. And at one point I was like, I think like 180K like owing credit cards. Some people it would scare them, but I knew, like was really planning this ahead of time, and just making everything organized. So once I get a payment like 60K, 70K, I would pay those credit cards. So that before Q4, I would maximize all the credit cards, all whatever I can, so I could get enough inventory. But yeah, if you want to grow fast, you have to invest all the money back plus get more money for new products. So everything that I just took whatever I need to live, and everything was reinvested in the business.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Because I really believe that brand.
And this may.
I think Carlos asked here, do we have to register to collect sales tax in all states with FBA, or does Amazon handle that? So good question, and obviously it's a question that an accountant would know better, but I just had a call with my accountant like a couple of days ago, and now most of the states in the US, they collect it for you, Amazon, but some states they don't collect yet. I think Florida is one of them. Georgia.
Florida's one of them.
Yeah, Florida, one of them. Georgia, and a couple of more. So you really have to consult this with the tax expert.
Okay, so Carlos said if I'm going to do FBA, I'm going to take it serious. So I believe we have to start a business, perhaps an LLC. I'm in the state of California. So I start with getting my business license first.
So first of all, you're in California, you're going to pay a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second thing, yes, good point. If you're serious about it, take it. Yeah, like form an LLC will cost you like $300, Rocket Lawyer, or like there are so many companies out there for that. And so I should start with getting a business license first. Like by business, just form the LLC. Business license you will get once you form the LLC. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you think anyone could do this? Like realistically, I'm not like, this is not like buy my course, dance.
No. I'm not really those type of people that selling dreams. I don't think that anyone could do that. I think that people that want it that bad.
Before you say how, thank you for that response, because most people would never say that. But go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Say that again. You were breaking up.
No, thank you for that response, because most people would not. Yeah. So you said.
Yeah. I like to keep things real, because when I started, and I actually know how to like detect those people that are kind of not true, because my experience in life. I'm not gonna like explain about everything, but I have this like talent to see whether someone is like kind of real or not. So I was staying away from those people, but in general, it's not really for everyone. And I'll tell what I think from the people I saw that make it, including myself. I think that you need to first of all work on your mindset before you decide to go to Amazon. And what do I say by that? People are lazy. Most of the people, they will not take the time. All the data is in front of them. So really work on your focus and clarity. Make sure that you want it that bad. So if not, if you just take it like as a hobby, nothing will happen, believe me. But like Carlos said, I'm going to take it seriously. So that's the number one thing that you need to really have in mind. Take it seriously. So people that are not serious, it's not for them. People that think that it's easy, it's not for them. It's simple, but it's not easy. It requires work. It requires you to be focused. It requires you to sacrifice things in your life. So if you just come and think, oh, Amazon, but selling on Amazon, it's easy. Everyone making, this guy Tomer make 1.3 million in 1 year, and you think that you will make it just like that. No, it won't happen. It will happen if you have the right mindset. You come and you know that it will require a lot of work, sacrifices, and that you're willing to change yourself and adapt, because you will have some struggles. You will have days that you will have doubts. Just need to understand that it's part of the game. And if something didn't work one way, you have to adjust and just change the way, but the goal is always the same.
Sales update, and then we'll take
sales update. So 52, I think. Yeah, I think it creates like keep people like want to see the numbers. So 52 before. Let's see here.
It's clear now. 52.
62. 10 more sales.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, great, great. You're giving me like good vibes here.
Wow. Okay. Respect. All right.
Yeah.
California. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So all right. So if no one, let me. If not everyone could do it. Why are you doing YouTube? What is your goal? Why do you have a YouTube channel? You're running a business that makes you 20, 30, 40 grand profit a month. Why do you have? And guys, let me tell you something. And let me tell you. Let me. The reason why I bring this up, I feel lucky to have found you because you have less than 400 subscribers and you are actually a full-time Amazon FBA seller.
And I was saying the same thing. I feel lucky I found you. So that's the power of like-minded people. They find their way to connect together. So thank you for, approaching me and offering this. And I think that we will be good friends when we will meet one day for sure. And
Yeah.
thank you for that. Now, I'll be very honest with my answer. I keep everything. My cards are open. I never hide things. So why I opened this channel? So first reason, I will not lie, to create another stream of income. Okay. So I can't just be dependent on Amazon. My goal was to make another, stream of income for myself. That's the main reason. Even if it sounds selfish, that's the main reason. I'm not
Right.
gonna. Second reason, I really want to give back. I want to help people. So you will not see me that like pushing what I'm trying to sell, or like, let's say, consulting cons. I will not push it because I don't want you to pay for something if you're not ready. So why I created those channels for those people that are ready, those people that want to sell on Amazon. I'm not gonna tell you why I need to sell on Amazon. That's not what I'm explaining in my channel.
Mhm.
For people that already know why they want to sell on Amazon, I'm there. That's why I'm there. Okay. Also, I want to give all the information for free. And the third reason is to learn from my audience. So once you actually teach people how to do something, you become better master at what you do. So that's why I started to do YouTube, like with almost 8 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what someone just asked, what kind of FBA is it? Private label or wholesale or
Great,
passion?
great question. Very great question. Yeah, there are a couple of business models within Amazon ecosystem. So you have that wholesale, where you buy some wholesale and FBA. So you buy some brand items and you just ship them to Amazon and you ride on the success that they already have. But you have limitations with that. I tried it actually. I tried it at the beginning, and I felt that I have to really beg to brand owners, would you allow me to sell your products? And you have to really, you have no control. Okay.
Raymond, the link to his YouTube channel is in the description, so go check it out. And guys, there are 24 of you guys watching live and only 13 likes. Smash the like button, and I'll have him on again. But sorry, Tama, go ahead.
And yeah, so the wholesale model is different. I do the private label, and I truly believe the private label has the highest potential to scale and also exit. It's not just scale. You have, first of all, you have a lot of control. That's your brand. No one can really tell you whether to stop selling or sell, or you have the control. You do what you want. Second, you don't compete with other buyers. With the wholesale model, you compete with other sellers on the buy box. So you have on one listing 10 sellers. So you compete on price, you compete on mainly on price, but also the bigger you are, the higher chances that you will get the buy box. So I do the private label. Plus, you can sell. I will not tell that you cannot sell a wholesale business. You can sell it too. I think there was one crazy business they sold for 100 million, a wholesale business. But this is, it's rare, private label business selling now these days like hotcakes. Because you have something tangible to give to the buyer. You have your own brand, you have the own asset, and you just pass it to the new buyer, and it can grow it. They can do whatever you want. You have trademark. So that's why it's so popular these days. So I do the private label model.
And okay, and there's what do you think? You know what, guys? I need like 30 seconds to run outside and get something, ask some questions, but I have something very specific I want to ask you.
Okay.
Give me like 1 minute. But guys, please feel free to ask Tom any questions. I'll be back right now. 1 second.
No problem. So yeah, I see, Carlos, that you wrote like, yes, Tomer, create multiple streams of income is very important. Yes, but It's a little tricky because at the beginning you don't want to do too many things. You want to focus on just do one thing and be the best of. Focus is super important. I didn't really have focus. 5 or 6 years ago, I started flipping websites, like buying and selling them. But I didn't have focus. I was doing too many things. So focus is super important. When you start, make sure that you only do what you decide to do, whether it's dropship, doesn't matter really what you do. Just focus on one thing. Once you grow it and it's working and it's not just autopilot, but you have like your own system, you can free your time and work on some other streams of income. Let's see what Lillian's wrote. Is this brand is in specific niche like home and kitchen only, or in a couple of categories? Great question. So no, this brand that I just showed, the numbers, it's actually a mix of items, which is it's not that great. Why? Because if I want to sell off Amazon, it's kind of hard, but it's working. It's selling a lot of money, so I stick to it. But I understood it at a very early stage, and I created a second brand. So now I have a second seller account. I just started to sell in the toys category, and that's what I'm building. Okay, the Rav, Sarah, I'm an Amazon seller. Great. Unable to access my seller account. What do I do? So what is the reason? What are you getting any error message when you try to log in? If you can be a little more specific, I'll try to help you. Please help. Yeah, so just make sure, like, try to explain it further, like in more details. What is the issue? Why you can't log in? What it's telling you? What is the error message that you are getting? We'll wait for Mark to come back. But yeah, so about well, back to Carlos. So yeah, make sure that you focus on one thing. And thank you, for subscribing. And yeah, I'm also thankful for Mark for introducing and turning me.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yep.
So so I am a drop shipper,
Yes.
right? I break Amazon terms of service. I do FBA within my dropshipping account to let Amazon leave me alone. Um, I have two regular. This is funny because I have two regular guests on my channel who are also from Israel, and they are both in dropshipping. You are not into dropshipping. What do you think? And don't be nice. I want your real opinion. What do you think about dropshipping? Why haven't you? I know one of the advantages, but what are your opinion about dropshipping?
Okay. So I don't really have enough experience, like just saying like enough about it because I never really tried drop shipping. But when I did the research on how or which business model to do, I was when I reading it, to me it was similar to wholesale. You really don't have control. If one day where the source where you buy a product just stop providing, like, is not available anymore, you're kind of stuck and need to find new items. Yeah, you can always have a loop and not be dependent on one product. But I feel that in general, myself, I like to be in control, whether it's in my personal life or in business, because once things depend on me, I know that it's all about me, whether I'm going to do the work or not. But when you have like more influenced by the things that are not in your control, you're limited with your growth and you're limited with what you can do. Now also I understood that it's like you don't just, let's say you sell like those vitamin C bottles, okay, supplement. It's not that you're gonna drop ship 800. You just work a cell by cell, and to me it was kind of hard to manage. I also hate the eBay dropshippers because what they do, they just add and create so many listings of my brand items. So what we have to do every day, not every day, but my VA, every couple of days, she go to eBay, she write our brand name there, and she finds like ton of listings. So what we do, we give them like 24 hours to remove it. And I'll explain later why we want to remove those dropshippers, because at the end they buy from you, so they give you business. But
Right.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. So we have to remove them. We contact them. We tell them, look, we never authorized you to sell any of our products. Please remove the listing in a nice way. If not, we will contact Vero, eBay Vero to remove you. Now, how I can remove them? First of all, they're using my images, so they're using my intellectual property. They cannot do that. It's my copyright. I did create these images, so they cannot use these images. If they take a real picture, they buy the item and they take a real picture, they can sell it. That's the law in the States. that you can resell item, but you cannot use my copywriting. So people, dropshippers don't know it. I hope they will not listen to this video and do that.
No, let me tell you something. They would, and you know why? I've been dropshipping for 9 years. The first 6 years of my dropshipping was on eBay.
Yeah.
So if you were doing FBA 5 years ago, I would be one of those idiots stealing
You know what?
images and
Those
selling.
people that
But yeah,
actually will come and take the picture, I will do it with pleasure. Let them sell because they're hardworking. They know what they like. They know what they're doing. They're hustling, and you know what? I'll let them. Anyway, so
right.
why I don't
Right.
why I'm trying to remove those listings from eBay. So basically, an item that I sell for $20, they need to make the profit margin there. They will sell it for like $30. Okay. Now, if a customer get an item that actually worth $20, but he paid $30, it doesn't create a big value for their money. It doesn't create a good experience for my brand, for my product. Second of all, they take some of the sales that I have, even though I'm selling on eBay too. Let's say for $20, they do sponsored products. They have their techniques, and then they take over my listings. So they take sales away from me. So that's the two reasons why I kick them out of eBay.
Now I'm laughing. I'm just laughing so much because I was on the other side of that for so long, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And like on us drop shippers, we want cash flow.
Yeah.
We want to make our 10, 15%.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's interesting, and why I got into drop shipping, I think I told you this yesterday, like off air. I didn't have money. I had $250, right? So I was like, I can't really build an asset with $250, blah blah. But I get what you're saying, and especially like someone like us we're not 20, we have kids, you want to build assets for your kids and something. I think that's also something important that you get from FBA if you're willing to put the work and you have a couple grand to invest.
Yeah.
But Ilian asked for some tips for beginners. She said any tip I mean, because most people tell us to buy like 500 items from Alibaba, blah blah blah.
Okay. So great question. I don't know who you listen to, but you don't just buy 500 units, put the label and ship it. That's not gonna work. Okay. So the tip, and again, I said it before, but I will say it again. You have to do things in a serious way, in a professional way. So you have to do a thorough research. Don't just come up with Me Too items. Me Too items, it's, let's say you have this item, the supplement, and you just bring the same thing and you just put your own label. Why people would buy from you comparing this listing that is established and they have 5,000 reviews? What, you think that because your price is cheaper? No, you have to come up with really better product. That's the main thing.
So what does that mean? What does it mean to come with a
better product? So what is better? This is a supplement, okay? So better product could be higher quantity. Let's say they have 90 capsules, so you will come with 120 capsules, okay? That's making it better. Another thing, let's say this is a 1,000 milligram, okay? You would come with 1,200. That's another improvement. Instead of maybe having one bottle, maybe splitting it, like having 2 packs, 60 and 60. That creates this, basically differentiate yourself from the competitors, from what is actually selling. So that's not a Me Too product. You're coming with something different. And you have to think up. I explained this again in the 3 hours video I mentioned before, but I like to bundle it.
Let me just, I don't want people to leave without seeing this video. Give me 1 second.
I want to actually post a comment. I don't know how to do it actually. Let's see.
I'll get it right now. I just want to look at this screen. Let me know. This is your channel.
Sort it by length or something.
This is free complete Amazon product.
Yeah. This is the video.
Okay.
Okay, so watch it. Yeah, it's 2 hours, but you know what? If you're serious enough, you will watch it. If you are someone that is not taking this seriously, I know that you will not watch it. So it's all about how serious, how bad you want it. Okay.
All right,
so it's all in your hands. You have the power to make it or not.
I'm gonna put the link in the comment section, guys. And if you guys are watching this after we come off live, I will also put it in the description. Because
let me stop you for a moment, because Durev Malik, he has been some issues with his account. Now, look, this error message I'm not familiar with. I suggest that you give them a call, open a ticket with Seller Central. I never had an issue like that. So I'm sorry, I can't answer. It's like a question that is I don't have enough info to help you with that, to be honest. I don't know what is this error code. You have to really figure out why you can't log in. Talk with them. They are the source for that.
And guys, there are 28 of you guys watching it live. Smash the like button. I'm gonna ask you, did you think you would get to $1 million in sales?
Um, I yes, I think that I will not at the first year. The first year, the only goal I had is to make the 10K profit, which was about like 40K a month, about like 400, like what I did. So it's all about the goals that you set yourself. And then the second year, once I saw the results, yeah, I believed. I said, like, I put this goal, and I think that confidence and believing in yourself is big part on your success. Because if you don't believe yourself and you have too many doubts and you always focus on the doubts, you will not make it. So put a big goal, put something that looks to you a little scary, not too much scary. I mean, don't start and say, okay, my first year I'm gonna make $10 million in sales. No, this is too much and it's not realistic. So you need to be realistic, but a little over, put yourself some goal that will give you some butterflies in your stomach, and have you think, oh, it's like have doubts, and that's fine. That will push you more, but you have to believe in yourself and tell yourself you're gonna give everything. And if you don't believe yourself, the way for you to believe in, just tell you're gonna stick to the process. The results are something you cannot really control 100%, but if you stick and you tell yourself, I'm gonna do it for a year like I did, and you stick to what you need to do and less on the results, you will focus on what you need to do, the results will come. So that's what I have to say about like with goals. You have to set goals, but don't you just look always at the result. Don't wake every day and say, oh, I'm not even close to there, I'm not gonna. That's just gonna take you down. Just focus on what you need to do. Push, 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 and that's how you get the results. After a while, being consistent, doing a day after day the same things, or improving and getting better.
And how did you learn? Did you just start to look online? How did you learn to do this stuff?
Okay. So what I did is got like a course from a friend. He bought it, and I just took it and I didn't want to pay. I want to see like how it looks, and that's how I did the first product. But you know what? That's also show that I wasn't committed enough. Because if I was committed, I will pay or be serious or just.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with you there, only because listen, the fact that you are successful, I don't think you realize how much garbage there is on the internet, right? So I feel there are a lot of people who would have spent money on
Not saying that
courses.
you don't. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying there are a lot of people that would have spent money on courses and get garbage, and that is a bit frustrating, right? And
Yeah,
you,
you need to make sure though before you purchase or do anything that it's legit. Yeah, that's something else. Well, I'm not gonna mix it with the fact that once you get like something for free, your mind, your subconscious don't take it seriously enough.
I agree with that. I agree with
Once
that.
you
And I
actually pay from your own pocket, you take it more seriously. You give it more attention.
sacrifice. You sacrifice dinners to buy a course, or you sacrifice
Exactly.
buy a
You're
new
more
car.
committed. So I
Yeah.
wasn't committed. I got it for free, and that's how the product that I did was like the kind of not really serious way. And then I met a guy on YouTube. I actually came across this guy on YouTube, and I was like, in one day after failing, in one day I said, "Wow, this guy, he knows what he's doing, and I think that I can learn from him." So what I did, I had like 200 videos. I watched all his videos in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks all day. That's what I did. Just watch his videos. It was like crazy. I was playing it in actually the speed, 2x, like just like consume more. Yeah. So and then I approached him on Facebook. I told him, look, I know that you don't have any course, but I want you to mentor me. Whatever it takes, whatever you're gonna ask for the price, I'm gonna pay. I want you to mentor me. And I understood that after my first failure, I understood that a course won't help me. I need someone to mentor me if I have questions, because I have the data in front of me. And if I have questions whether this product is good from his experience or not, that's what I needed. And he said, you know what, pay me 500. You ask me as many questions as you want on Facebook. I said, no problem. I sent him like the payment in 5 minutes, and then was asking questions. He was helping me. These days we have a little different ways. Now he's like more selling the course, focusing on that. I'm not saying that he's like those type of people that are not legit, because I think that he's actually better in teaching people. Not everyone are good at teaching things. and it can create better value for people by teaching rather than focusing on Amazon.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think that it will be the case, but you never know. Because I'm not that type of person that I think that I'm better at teaching. I think that I'm better at selling, better in executing my own strategies and plans.
Okay. There's another question. So, do you source your product from Alibaba? Blah blah. Our categories.
Okay. So these are okay. So yeah, I do source most of my products through Alibaba. I do also have a sourcing agent in China. So some items that I see that the prices are too high on Alibaba, he's Chinese, he knows the market, he just get me better prices. But it's not always the case with all the products. Most of the products, I would say 80%, I get directly from Alibaba. You can do that as well. Okay, what categories do you recommend? I don't have any recommendation. In my first brand, I sell like everything, mix of categories. Whatever makes money, I sell. The second brand, like I mentioned when Mark was away, is in toys, in the toys category. So you have to find something that you feel that have potential, have room for improvement. You need to see the category, like the category, and say, you know what? I can come up with better items, with better offers, with something that you can create value. It's all about value in everything that you do, whether it's like YouTube, like everything these days. People are not focused on value. You get a lot of garbage, like Mark said, and it's not gonna work. If you want something sustainable, you have to come up with great products, with great listings, with great images. Be like 100% there. Do you prefer any yeah, so if I prefer any categories than others, so yeah, I would go for categories that don't, at least at the beginning, that don't require a lot of certifications or approvals. Amazon is a little tricky. If you will go to the supplements, don't start with supplements. Why?
Right.
You need certificates, you need approvals. This will discourage you. Will Your learning curve as a beginner will be so high that it could take you down. So make for items that are simple. No electronics. Why? High return rate, complex items, big competition. Go for items that, let's say I just got it from Amazon yesterday. It's great. It's damn. It's for your tennis racket to absorb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is simple. You just put it. You don't need to be a genius to use it. So that's how I approach it. My first item was simple, very simple to operate items. So that's what I would focus on, items in this category, at least at the beginning. Once you actually have capital, you being successful, you can take more risks. You can do some more risky things.
Guys, 24 you guys watching live, and I only have 17 likes. Smash the like button. We've been here for an hour. Let's do 5 more minutes because I have a staff meeting and I have like a business to run.
Yeah.
But dude,
Okay.
first of all, let me tell you something. Tama, thank you first of all for taking the time to share with us. Like, a lot of people are not going to give this level of information for free. I feel very lucky or blessed or whatever you guys want to call it. I'm not a religious person, but that we have met, and hopefully we could continue doing this because I think we could actually add a lot of value for my audience as well as yours. Give me one more sales update and then we'll take some questions. Guys, if you are here, there's a link in the description to Thomas' YouTube channel. Go over there and check it out. I also already updated the description. So there's a link to a 2-hour video showing you guys how to find items and that type of stuff. It's 2.5 hours of free training. There's a link in the description to that. If you're already planning to get on FBA and you want someone to assist you live, there's a link to coaching. I am not an affiliate to Tama, so I am not doing this to make money. I just think that this is,
I don't have any affiliate offers. I don't sell anything.
Right. But I
Yeah. You want to put it up front so people like,
like I'm not making money out of this dude. Like let me tell you something. When I was 19, I'll tell you a short story, and then when I was 9, I grew up on an island. I went to university in the US. I got a scholarship. I studied mathematics in Baltimore, right? But after my first year of college, no one knows that, none of my friends at home knows this. I went back home and I worked for he's now the richest man in Trinidad, but back then he was one of the richest people in Trinidad. I worked for him for free for 3 months. I was taking a bus to work. I didn't have I was making sandwiches to eat lunch. And the reason why I did that is that He did something that I don't know how to do, and few people like yourself who has taken $4,000 and built a brand that's selling over $1 million a year, you have actually done it. And few people like you would not give a lot of this information for free, or they will charge tens of thousands of dollars or $2,000 for it. And when I looked at your YouTube channel, I looked through and I messaged you. I was like, is this dude really selling? And when you proved that, I was like, okay. So guys, like if you could get a chance to speak to this guy, don't spend your last $100 to pay for his coaching, because that's a bad financial decision. He's not going to change your life. You have to change your life. But if you could get an opportunity to speak to someone that has done it, you would make a lot less mistakes, because you have to make mistakes as a business person, as an entrepreneur. But the reason why I'm going to do live training again for Amazon. The reason why I did coaching, like we sell some training for like $10, but I personally think that the live coaching is more valuable than anything else, because their problems are going to come up on a continuous basis, and you would have seen some of them before and know how to respond to people's time. And that's why I have Tom here, and that's why I have a link to his coaching. Not because I make money from this thing, right? Like my hope is, we live in a time with a pandemic, millions of people losing their jobs. Like this is not a time to play games, and like a lot of people are taking tens of thousands of dollars for done for you and that type of stuff. It's a whole other. I'll make a video about that. But let me not go off topic, guys. I appreciate Tama to be here. Check out his YouTube channel, ask him questions, check out his coaching if you're ready to move forward, and check out his training for free. But yeah, go ahead, Tama.
Updates on sales and thing about it. I don't want, like in the video where I show, like, before you actually book a call, I tell and say, do not book a call before you watch my videos, because most of the questions that people have has been answered already. I don't want your money. It's free. Go check. But if you have a question after watching a video, then it might make sense, because every person digests the information in a different way. And in order to give you confidence, and I also had to get this confidence from the mentor that showed me how to do, I was not sure. So I was asking questions, and then when the value came. Now, let's go back to the numbers. So last time we refreshed, it was 62. Let's refresh now. Let's hope we get more. 65, not a big jump as before, but still movement. So we are $1,200 sales for the day and 147K for the last 30 days. If people want to see the last 12 months, let's show them 1.28 million. So again, it's not to brag, to give you motivation, what is possible in less than 2 years. And I might exit and sell this business for 600 or 700K. And this will create the freedom that a freedom for myself for, I think,
2 years, dude. That is crazy. In 2 years.
Less than 2 years. This is really crazy. And that's the potential of Amazon FBA. Yeah, you have so many ways to make money online, but I think if you want to take it big and scale it to crazy numbers, and these days, one of my new mentors is making like 30 million a year with probably 500K a month. So the sky is the limit, really. The sky's the limit. And I know, Mark, that you need to go. I need to go too. I have a couple of other things to do. I really enjoy it and grateful for the opportunity and that I met you. And I know that we will make more videos like that. I hope your audience enjoyed the content and what we talked over.
Yeah, for sure. And let's figure out. I would have you on the channel a couple times. Like, even if two other questions. One, what software do you use to do product research? If to figure out what to sell, is there any specific software do you recommend?
Yeah, it's Helium 10. Helium 10, the best out there for numbers. And I show this in the video, so they can really like.
And second question, are you willing to do an hour? It doesn't have to be this week, next week, or something, where you do product research live on YouTube.
Yeah, of course, we can do it live, and then just tweaking it based on the people questions and comments. Definitely, I'm down to that.
All right. Because so I do product research for Amazon dropshipping and Walmart dropshipping live. So that's interesting, and I would be able to look at you do it, and I would ask some questions. So okay, so that's a deal. The next video we do
Let's do that.
Amazon
A real life product research where you can see like for opportunities, the way I look at things. I will also, mention some things that a beginner would be a better fit, like as far as product selection and things that are more for advanced. If you have more than one product, yeah, for sure. Would love to do that.
Okay, sweet. Thanks a lot. Respect you. Thanks a lot for your time, guys. Check out his YouTube channel in the
Thank you.
description. Go subscribe, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. But I'll have him again hopefully next week. I want you on next week. We didn't talk about this before, so think about it and we'll figure out when we can make it happen.
No problem.
All right.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for your time,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.